My, hello. This music sure is grand, is it not? Man, it would suck to be a mobile user right now. Why, do you ask? Those heathens are not blessed with the sweet, unreleased melodic tunes created by the one and only Pikabata. Well, the ones using the speaker, anyway. If you have a phone, feel free to go through this with your speaker and notice the distinct lack of beautiful music. How and why does this video hate mobile users? I'm going to assume you're using headphones for this, because, well, it makes it a lot easier for me. First, I need to lay down a couple of definitions. Stereo means that the sound comes out of two or more speakers, such as in headphones. Mono means that audio comes out of one speaker. Now, here we have the categorically perfect song in Audacity. The process to doing this trick is incredibly simple. Duplicate the audio you wish to obscure, then invert this duplicate. Playing these two tracks together will produce absolutely nothing for anyone, so let's make it a bit more useful. Make both of these tracks mono instead of stereo. Then you can either combine these two tracks into a single stereo track, or you can pan one to the left and one to the right. And you're done. This track will now sound a bit behind you on headphones, and will sound like absolutely nothing on mobile. To hear what it would be like in mono form, we can collapse the stereo track into a mono track, and it should be a perfectly flat line. So how does this all work? What's going on here is basic addition. Really. When a track is converted from stereo audio into mono audio, the left and right channels are essentially added together to create one new channel. For the most part this is fine, there's a bit of quality loss, but it's recognizable. But if your left and right channels are completely opposite to one another, this combination makes the resulting wave equal 0 at all points. This means headphone users can actively hear more than those who use a mono speaker. Enhance the waves. Enhance more. Now, at this level, it's very easy to see that where one channel peaks, the other troughs. If we were to combine these two into a stereo track, it will make a flat line, like so. This is actually just the same concept used in noise cancelling, which is also really cool. Now that we have our dastardly scheme to trick those inferior mobile users, we'll just export it. Just going to quickly put it back into Audacity to make sure it works, and it sounds demonic through mono. Why? This is the wonders of compression. When storing audio, it's unreasonable to store the raw data, so compression is used. There are two forms of compression: lossless compression and lossy compression. Lossy compression can sound really good while having minimal file sizes. Lossless compression, however, that chunky boy likes to make sure things are perfect and doesn't lose any data when compressing. Because this takes advantage of an absolutely perfect balancing act between the left and right channels, any interference or lost data will mean that they do not match, and it will sound satanic. The audio formats you're used to will mostly be lossy. MP3 and AAC are both lossy formats. To store this fun trick, we'll need a lossless format. Without going into it too much, I use WAV 16-bit signed. This also means that anytime you transfer the file, such as uploading it to YouTube, there will be very slight imperfections, which will mean that there might be tiny bits of noise left over. So this is all very cool, of course. But what practical purpose does this serve? Well, I did investigate one idea which I thought might allow me to hide stuff from headphone users as well as mono users. The basic idea was that you have a bass sound, which mono users would hear, and a modifier sound, which only headphone users would get. The sounds that only the headphone users can hear would combine with what mono users can hear to create an entirely new sound. I spent a lot of time doing this, and was able to successfully do it. In one ear. The problem is basic algebra. There is no way to make something cancel out when made mono, but also modify both channels to be this alternate sound. So, what other applications does this have? Discriminating against mobile users. This can be used to make sure that when your headphones get unplugged from your phone, it doesn't play audio out loud? It cannot be used to get past the Content ID system. Not that I would ever encourage that or anything, of course. But you know, for science. That's about all I have. Will I use this technique ever again? Well, I figured it out maybe 8 months ago, and I've used it a grand total of 0 times. But do I like the idea that people are going to be paranoid that I'm using this technique? Absolutely. Good night.